You're saying, I don't want a dick. I want to be a woman, right? And it's grotesque, and it shows a complete lack of understanding and a lack of knowledge of Torah, right? Torah says men are men, and we have our mitzvahs, and we should thank God for being a man. And if you can't do that, then it shows a slap in the face. So when he's complaining on oh, this is a terrible, what was the words that you used when that you quoted him?
He said it was undignified, discriminatory against women.
No, but you said it was like a terrible thing that it's a blemish on Judaism, sort of like a thing. You know what I say? I say it's a blemish on Judaism. It's a slap in the face of God to say that I am not comfortable with the way He created me and the way I'm supposed to thank Him because He gave me these mitzvahs. I don't want to be any part of that because I'm not happy with that. If you're not happy with being a guy, then go get a sex change. You know what I mean? It's like it's still not going to work because you're still, machuyev. But you know what I'm saying? So I have a huge problem with that, just in principle. But it's worse than that. Mm-hmm. This is our what's called Masorah. Masorah. Do you know what that means, Levi?
Yeah, the tradition.
This is a Torah tradition. It has always been the Torah tradition of Judaism that Jews say these blessings every morning, right? Mm-hmm. So whether you agree with them or not, it doesn't make any difference. If you say that there's something wrong about this, then you're saying there's something wrong with our Masorah. And if you're saying there's something wrong with our Masorah, right, and you want to come and change it, then you're changing the Masorah. Levi, what's the word I always use for someone who wants to change the Masorah?
Heretic.
Heretic. That is what's called heresy. It is heresy to come and change the Masorah. Right? There is no room in Judaism to change the Masorah. Right? If something is there, it's like if something is put in place, we don't get rid of it. We hold on to that forever. That is part of our tradition. Right? So to come and start changing everything is not Judaism. Judaism doesn't change. It's not progressive. Right? We don't come and just change everything. We don't. We preserve everything. It's the same way from Doros. Every generation does it exactly like the generation before. You know what I'm saying? So the whole concept is treif. It's not a Torah concept. Okay, you talk because I have to go on a whole thing. I'm about to start a launch on a whole thing. So just on those points, let's attack those.
So why do we care about this rabbi not saying this blessing? First of all, if the rabbi simply didn't say the blessing but didn't make it public, then we wouldn't be going on a rant.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's his own business.
Exactly.
Also, if he just told friends, it wouldn't be such a big deal.
Exactly.
Even if he stood up in shul on Shabbos morning and preached this, if we didn't go to his shul or we didn't hear about it, we wouldn't be talking about this. We're talking about this because this rabbi in particular is making this is the rabbi of one of the biggest Orthodox synagogues in Los Angeles. Number two, he's the leader of this Orthodox rabbinical group. So he's the leader. He's like a representative for hundreds of Orthodox rabbis in the United States. And if you just say, that's such a big deal, okay, leader of hundreds of Orthodox rabbis in the United States and of this big Orthodox synagogue writes a column online for anyone to read, saying he no longer says one of the blessings that observant Jews have been saying for thousands of years. So then you're saying it's not a big deal if someone chips away at the tradition and just throws it away. So you'll see that sometimes Orthodox Jews react very vehemently.
Really?
And then many other things they couldn't care less. Basically what goes on in Reform and Conservative Judaism, Orthodox Jews rarely get excited about or rarely get, worked up about because they've already dismissed Reform and Conservative Judaism. It's not real Judaism. So they don't get worked up. Much of what goes on in the world around them, Orthodox Jews don't get riled up about. What Orthodox Jews will get riled up about is if you take a hammer and chisel and publicly start knocking away the foundations of Jewish practice, Jewish belief, or Jewish history. So if you attack the foundations, the fundamentals of the religion, the way it's been practiced for thousands of years, And also, if you condemn it, not just take it away, but say, oh, this was, robbed the innate dignity of women, it was discriminatory, it was stupid, it was dumb, it was ugly, it was bigoted, and you make that in public, then you're attacking the fundamentals of Orthodox Judaism. That's why there's been such a strong response to what the rabbi has written that's been all over the internet, and that's why we're even talking about it tonight, because he publicly went up against a blessing that observant Jews have been saying for thousands of years, and is fundamental to the Torah outlook on life, and that is that we each have a task, and we're grateful for the task, and men in particular who are saying these blessings are grateful for the opportunity to do hundreds of more commandments that women, that indentured servants, and that non-Jews are not accountable to.
You made an excellent point there, and I want to say that's like one of the first times you made an excellent point. So hands up, hands together for Levi. You made an excellent point there. Like, if he did this in his own private thing, I couldn't care less, right?
Nobody would care less.
No, I'll tell you what, because nobody's perfect, right? You're not going to find a Jew who keeps everything to the letter, right? I don't.
Right.
I'm a sinner.
Right.
I'm a sinner. But the difference is like this. We're the things that I don't do, right? I don't say I'm going to stop doing them on principle because Torah is wrong and needs to be changed. You will never hear that from me.
Right.
It'll be like, I can't do these things. They don't work for me. Right? And I need to change, but I won't, so that I'm good with it. Right? Because I personally can't do X, Y, Z. This attitude, that's a kosher attitude. It's a kosher attitude. I'm a sinner. I do X, Y. I don't, Torah says X, Y, Z, and I don't do X, Y, Z. Right? But I don't say Torah needs to change X, Y, Z, or X, Y, Z is wrong according to Judaism. He's making X, Y, Z doesn't work in Judaism, and we should be ashamed of the fact that it says it there, and we need to change that. And that I find very offensive. Right? And that has no place in Judaism, and that is a treif attitude. That is not a kosher attitude. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference in that. I just want to make that point. Because people say, oh, you think you're perfect? No, I don't think I'm perfect. I know I do a lot of sins, but the difference is I know I'm wrong when I'm sinning. I don't say Torah is wrong. I will never say Torah is wrong.
I want to pick up a really brief question on a completely different topic from the chat room. Someone wanted to know, what does the Torah have to say about medical marijuana? I would recommend that you Google medical marijuana and Torah and find out different perspectives. From what I know of Torah, I think in...
Where do you even see that?
It's way up there.
Okay.
20 minutes ago. In my attitude, unless you're in extreme debilitating pain, you should abstain from medical marijuana or any drug like that.
Can I give my opinion?
Yeah.
Torah says the most important thing is your health. Hands down, the most important thing is your health, and if whatever it is that you need to make yourself healthy, you can even eat pig. You can eat ham, right? If this is the only thing that you can get to keep yourself healthy. Well, Torah throws out the entire Torah. Torah pushes the entire Torah to stay healthy. That is the most important mitzvah. If what makes you healthy is pot, by all means take it. The only, if it's legal, for sure there's no problem with it whatsoever. The only problem Torah has with marijuana, Torah has no problem intrinsically with any drugs at all. Any drugs under the sun have no problem according to Judaism except for one consideration, and that is Dina de Malchusa Dina. What does that mean?
The law of the land.
Law of the land is the law, right? So if in America it's illegal to make crystal meth, right? You're not allowed to make crystal meth. That's it. You're not allowed to take it. You're not allowed. Whatever the halakha is of the country, we have to follow that. If pot is illegal in your area, then you're not allowed to have it. You have to follow the law, right? But if it wasn't, then there's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It's no different than alcohol.
You're Breaking Bad.
Great show. Okay, I wanted to say one thing from here. It says, I like this guy, Blev de Champ.
Yeah.
It says he's talking about Rabs. He says his politics is right on target with the whole liberal Jew thing. Give Rabs a talk show or a radio show. I like Blev de Champ. He's my new man. What's his name? He was on last night.
He's the guy who's gave his name and goes to some shul in Manhattan.
Oh, he's from back